Starting off sitting on your mats with your legs lengthened out in front of you, taking your right foot to the inside of your thigh, and as you inhale, squaring your breastbone with your shin, your arms out, exhaling into forward bend. Ujjayi breathing deep in the back of your throat, and gently lifting inwards and upwards with your lower abdomen, opening your ribcage wide, lengthening as you inhale and going a little bit deeper every time you exhale. Inhaling, lengthening up, releasing your hands, taking your right foot flat on the floor outside your left thigh, and then your left elbow outside your right leg, fingertips behind you, lifting your chest as you inhale, exhaling as you turn to look beyond your shoulder or closing your eyes. You can rotate your inner right elbow outwards to open your shoulders more, flexing your front foot, going a little bit deeper with every exhalation. And exhaling as you release your arms. Take your right ankle just above your left knee, so your foot flexing to the outer edge of your left thigh, keeping your back straight, fingertips out ahead of you on your mat, and just gently easing your breastbone forwards as you inhale, keeping both your feet flexed, keeping your breath long and deep. Inhaling as you come up, you take your shin to your chest, opening up your arms, shoulder height, to look behind at your right thumb, so keeping your front heel suspended a few inches in the air. You need to lift your lower abdomen, ribcage wide open, trying to create as much space between your hands as you can, breathing deeply. And releasing, you cross your hands over your foot to extend as far as you comfortably can, keeping your back straight, just gazing through your toes, keeping your left heel pushing away, trying to keep your tailbone away from the floor. And releasing to take the outside of your right foot to the outside of your left thigh, so your knees close together, your right knee resting on top of the left one, and you can just round your back and relax your head down. Your front heel still pushing away, so your straight leg working quite hard and everything else just softening. Inhaling as you come up, extending that leg out onto the other side, taking your left foot to the inside of your thigh, flexing your front foot, squaring with your shin as you inhale, and exhaling into the forward bend, your breastbone leading, shoulders open, back of your neck long, a gentle lift in and up the lower abdomen. lengthening as you inhale up, and taking your foot flat to the outside of your left thigh so you can twist to your left, your right elbow outside your thigh, left fingertips behind you, inhaling, opening your chest, and exhaling as you turn to your left. Your right fingers stretching up, your inner left elbow rotating outwardly so your shoulder opens more, and pushing away with your front heel. Releasing as you exhale, taking your left ankle to the outer edge just above your right knee, flexing both feet, and just gently hinging forwards. Lengthening up as you inhale, bending your left leg, your heel just suspended slightly in the air so you can twist to your left, opening your arms wide, fingers stretching, looking at your left thumb. Try and keep your breastbone lifting up. Both your feet flexed. Long, deep breaths. And releasing to cross your hands over your left foot, lifting in and up with your lower abdomen before you start extending your foot out ahead of you, gazing through your toes. Try and keep your shoulders soft and your ribcage open. And releasing to place your knee on top of the other one, the edge of your foot on the floor outside of your right thigh. You're flexing your front foot and everything else gradually releasing. You can soften your shoulders, drop your head down, giving your body weight to the floor if that's comfortable for you. Lengthening up as you inhale. You can then bring the soles of your feet together, gently pressing your feet together with your hands, lifting your breastbone, keeping your back straight, then gradually extending your breastbone forwards. Try and keep that lift in and up with your lower abdomen, and then you can just let your head drop down, your shoulders soften, keeping your eyes closed or still, just listening to the sound of your breathing. Inhaling as you come up, extending the right leg out, drawing your left heel close to you, twisting round with your fingers either side of your straight leg, inhaling and exhaling as you gently hinge forwards, flexing your front foot, trying to keep your breastbone in line with your shin. Coming up as you inhale, going for a lift, placing your left hand flat behind you so you can point your right toes as you extend your right arm up over your head. Your hips lifting, gazing towards the hands over your head, and exhaling as you come down. Take hold of your right ankle in both hands, easing your right shoulder underneath your thigh, your elbow drawing out to the side. Hold your foot with the opposite hand so you can lodge your right hand down just ahead of you to the side, placing your left foot on top of your right, leaning forwards, your shoulders coming forward so that you can lift. Try and keep your breath going here. If you can extend out your left leg, flexing your front foot, and slowly exhaling down. And then take the right foot out behind you, separating your knees from each other. Try and sit back on both sitting bones if you can. Fingers either side of your straight leg to square with your shin. Reaching for your foot or your shin, breastbone leading. And exhaling as you hinge to a forward bend. Again, focusing on the sound of your breathing. Lengthening up as you inhale and releasing. Take hold of your ankles so you can extend that leg out in front of you, flexing both feet. And then drawing the soles of your feet together, separating your knees, gently pressing your feet together with your hands. And hinging forward, starting out with your back straight. And then you can gradually let your head drop down and your shoulders soften. Breathing deeply, closing your eyes. And lengthening up as you inhale. Extending the left leg out on the diagonal, drawing your right heel to your centre. Fingers either side of your left leg to square your breastbone with your shin. And exhaling, gently hinging into a forward bend over your left leg. Pushing your heel away. Lengthening up as you inhale. Going into a lift, placing your right hand flat behind you, pointing your left toes as you lift your hips to look at your extended left arm over your head. Trying to keep your left big toe on the floor. Exhaling as you come down, taking your left ankle in both hands, easing your shoulder under your thigh and your elbow beyond the edge of your leg. Take your foot in the other hand, draw it in towards your right shoulder, left hand down just ahead of you, right hand down, left foot balancing on top of right, leaning forwards. Breathing while you're there. Extending your right leg out just ahead of you before you gently lower yourself down and releasing. Flexing both feet ahead of you. You press down with your hands beside you so that your arms are straight and your body's upright. Tucking your chin under, flexing your feet, lifting in and up with your lower abdomen, your chest wide open. Interlocking your fingers, lifting your palms upwards, trying to keep your shoulders down. When you go forwards, try and lead with your breastbone. And keep your ears and your arms close to each other. When you can't go any further, just let your hands release down to your feet or your legs. Breastbone lifting as you inhale, going deeper as you exhale. And lengthening up as you inhale. Extend your legs out wide, flexing both feet, hands ahead of you. And just gradually inching your way forwards. Long deep breaths. Just going to a comfortable place, focusing on the sound of your breathing. And continue to extend your arms out if that feels right. Lengthening up as you inhale. Taking your left hand flat behind you so you can lift your hips as you take your right arm up and over your head. Big toes trying to stay close to the floor. A long deep breath. Exhaling as you come down. To twist around the other way, your right hand flat behind you. Inhaling, hips up, arm extending over to look at your fingers. Breathing deeply. And exhaling as you come down. Gathering your legs together. Wrap your elbows around your knees and rest your head down. Closing your eyes. And lengthening up again. You come up into a squat with your feet and knees together. Balancing there, keeping your spine straight, coming up into prayer position above your head, gazing at the floor ahead of you, going into Bakasana, so your arms going inside your thighs. Press your legs into your upper arms, try and get your knees a little bit higher than your shoulders, and your hands shoulder distance ahead of you. Lifting your bottom, your arms straighten out, and then coming forwards till your elbows are above your wrists, looking beyond the space between your hands, big toes touching if possible. And lowering your feet gently down again. Extend your legs up. You can take your feet almost as wide as your mat. And then folding down, dropping your head, you take hold of your ankles from behind. See if you can wriggle your shoulders one at a time behind your thighs. And then you might be able to bend your arms to take the backs of your hands towards your waist behind you. You may be able to lift your bottom a little bit higher if that's okay with your hamstrings. And then releasing, take your hands down to the floor, flat behind you, and see if you can lift your feet. So lifting your bottom at the same time, aiming to get your legs parallel with the floor and your toes pointing. Releasing yourself back down to sitting gently. Pressing your feet together with your hands again, knees separating, and resting with your head dropping down. Closing your eyes.